Plaintiff Dennis Hinds says he was only trying to help a family friend, but wound up with a headache. He's suing for $3,399 for car repairs. Defendant Kaci Amos claims her dream car turned into a nightmare because of the plaintiff's lies. She says she owes him nothing.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Case 51 on the docket, Hinds versus Amos.
Oh, great. The plaintiff, Mr. Hinds, welcome. You are suing the defendant in the amount of $3,399 for car repairs.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And apparently you sold Ms. Amos a car. The car then, a couple of months later, broke down. You offered to pay for the repairs up front to help Ms. Amos out. Ms. Amos, you have not paid him back, and that's why you are suing her.
Yes, sir.
Why don't we hear from you first?
Thank you, Your
Yes.
Honor. I'm a single mom.
Yes.
I work really hard to provide for my kids. Mr. Hinds is a friend of my mother's.
Yes.
So Mr. Hinds approached my mother, telling her, you know, he's got a couple cars. Well, he had my dream car, the Explorer. I fell in love with it. We had an
This is a Ford Explorer?
Yes.
Okay. What year do you...
A 2004.
Got it.
Mr. Hinds wanted to buy my car. I had a Dodge Stratus. So he bought my car. It was broke down and everything. So he bought my car, and then in September. Well, in October, I made my first payment of $200.
Oh, in other words, your car, you basically traded it in so you
yes.
could have him. So what was the deal? You wanted to buy his car.
Right.
For how much money?
$3,800.
$3,800
For the Explorer.
For the Ford Explorer, okay.
So that happened in September. In October, I made a payment
Yes.
of $200 toward the $38.
So that was the deal in the original contract?
Yes.
Do we have a copy of the contract? Oh, okay, I'll take a look at that. So basically, the agreement or the contract was this, what is written down here.
Right.
Payments are $200 a month, due at the end of each month, starting in October. And the vehicle is sold as is on September 8th. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, in the as is, he told me that it had a used motor, but very low mileage. There was a new radiator put in there. He
Yes.
just had, you know, the AC checked, and he had ordered a headlight that he was going to replace. So in October,
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry, in November, I go to a comedy show in Birmingham.
Yes.
Well, it's late at night. I'm trying, you know, I left and I'm going home to pick up my son.
Yes.
It's pouring down rain, it's dark. The Explorer runs hot. I pull over, I can't get it running. It's dark and pouring down rain. I've got to get back to my kids so that I can get him in the rain, in the dark. I have to call an 80-year-old man to come out to take me home.
And you left the car there?
I had no other choice.
Because it wasn't running? Okay.
Right.
When was the car picked up?
The next morning, he went and got it and took it to the mechanic.
Okay.
And I go to the mechanic after work, and he tells me, you know, he took a look at the car. It was going to cost $5,000 to fix it because the radiator that was supposed to be new was not new. It had junkyard markings on it.
Oh, okay. So you had been told there was a new radiator, but it wasn't a new radiator.
Exactly.
Okay.
And because of the radiator blowing, got water in the motor, causing the motor to be destroyed. My heart at this point is just shattered. I'm a single mom. I was trusting that this was a good vehicle. So I contact Dennis as soon as I find out. He tells me, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna go get it, take it to my mechanic, and we're gonna figure this out. He tells me that he's going to help fix my dream car.
Pay for the repairs?
Right.
Is there a contract on this?
No, just verbal. I thought he felt guilty, you know, he was trying to help, so he's trying to...
Did he say he's going to pay for it, or that he'll give you time to pay for it, or you could pay him back?
He said, we will handle this. We will figure it out.
Who has the car now?
He does. He went and picked it
Who
up.
has the title to the car?
He does. I signed it back over to him.
Oh, so you wanted hands off?
Well, he told me, you know, I could pay for the car and the motor, and I told him I don't feel responsible for the motor when it blew up because the radiator, which was supposed to be new.
Okay, what do you have to say?
She sent me a text right here stating that she can make payments on the motor, but she can't pay for both.
Okay.
That's also, the car was sold as is.
If you say there's a new radiator, now you're going to buy the car as is, she is assuming, she has every right to believe that she's buying the car as is with a new radiator. If you didn't tell her that, if you didn't promise, so you didn't tell her there's a new radiator?
No, sir. The only problem that we had with the vehicle when she took possession of it was the AC would not work and the headlight.
And you said you'd take care of that?
I took the AC.
But you never told her there's a new radiator?
No, sir.
He told you it has a new radiator?
Yes.
Is there any proof of this?
It was just verbal in that.
You did say to him, thank you for letting me know I can do payments on the motor, but I can't do payments for both. Go ahead. Anything else you want to say?
She just know that, you know, she was going to pay for the motor. She agreed that she would pay for the motor. I've got texts showing that she was going to pay for the motor.
But when I said I'd pay for the motor, I told him I can do one or the other. I couldn't do both. I wanted my dream car.
We had our second agreement that the money that she was going to pay me, the $200 per month, would go toward fixing the engine until that payment was paid off. And then when she got her tax money, she was going to finish the payment on the engine.
Your Honor, that's where I'm torn is I was sold a dream car of lies. Like, that was my dream car.
Okay.
And that's why I really and honestly do not feel responsible for damages that could have been prevented if...
Okay, but I don't have any... I understand what you're feeling, but
Could these damages have been prevented if when it started running hot, you have pulled off of the road at that point?
But I did pull off.
What are you showing me?
She, not taking care of the vehicle, there was red mud all in the seat, the back floorboard, the front floorboard, on the overhead up top, and mud in the back. This mud won't come out. Red mud stains.
Yeah.
So I'm even paid to have this.
Your Honor, the only reason there's red mud in there is because it broke down on the side of the road in the pouring down rain. I had to get my stuff out of there. I was trying to figure out how to get it running.
Right. This case is not going to be decided on whether she kept the car clean. You both know that you're going in with a really old car here.
Yes.
And when you're buying an old car, in fact, sometimes when you buy a new car, but certainly when you buy a car, and this is 2004, so we're talking 15-year-old car. You know there are going to be problems, and the problem can happen any particular day. And if the car is now yours, you went and purchased the car. You know, the title doesn't become yours until you finally paid it off, but it's your car, and the car could break down. And in the years that you have the car, it could happen the next day, it could happen 3-4 years from now. If the car breaks down, this wasn't a crash, it just stopped. This is normally your responsibility. But I don't have a written contract. If you can give me something where she agreed to pay you $200 to fix it.
It
so
was never written and signed. It was through a text.
You got the text up there.
Right. I see it right here. I see it right here.
It says on there that she's agreed to pay the $200 until her taxes come in. At that point in time, she'll finish paying.
Okay, so let me see the receipt for exactly getting the car fixed. You bought a car, and just within the contract, it's as is. The bit about whether or not it's a new radiator or not, I've just got two different stories and no proof of that. The only thing I have before me is the suit for him to be paid back for the money he put forward on getting the car fixed. And he's entitled to be paid back for that. Having said all that, the best decision I can come up with is I fined for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,299. Hey YouTube, check out my new show, Judge Jerry. Now for sneak preview and behind the scenes footage, subscribe to my channel now.